What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the vlog. It is Sunday morning. I'm on my way into work now, heading into the 67s prospect game. So all the kids we just drafted this year and last year that didn't make the team are out at TD Place. They're in Ottawa and they're playing against each other today. So I'm on my way to do that. In other news, John Lee Dumas, the host of Entrepreneurs on Fire, one of the biggest, most original podcasts out there, sent me a DM in the middle of the night, asked me to listen to his episode. Most recent episode of his podcast, which is kind of cool. So I'm going to respond, tell him I've already had it downloaded, which is true, and then ask him to come on the podcast. But anyways, I got to work. I'm a smidge late, so I'll see you guys when we get there.
Okay, I'll see you guys later.
Hey,
my friend.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Emma.
Happy birthday to you.
Are you one?
Yay!
So quick little story time. This morning when I woke up, Instagram was down, so was Facebook, which is just another reason as to why diversifying is so important. Diversifying where you put your content, I mean. But that's not the story. So, because Instagram was down, I wasn't getting any notifications, and then when it came back on, I got a couple notifications all at once. And at like 3 o'clock in the morning this morning, John Lee Dumas had actually sent me an Instagram message. And if you don't know who he is, he's the host of Entrepreneurs on Fire, which is like an old, like a really popular podcast that's been around for forever. And he sent me a message being like, hey Jacob, what's up? Like, I have this podcast, check it out, like here's a link to it, whatever. Here's the most recent episode. And it looked almost like, I don't know if it was an automated message or not. I'm actually going to ask him that when he comes on the podcast, because I was not able to, I just kind of I said, hey, thanks for the message. I've actually just recently started listening to your podcast and I've already downloaded your most recent episodes. So it's funny you sent me this message. But I also have a podcast. And then I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything about the podcast. Then he just sends me a heart and then he says, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I was like, yeah, my pleasure. I have this podcast. If you have an hour or so, I'd love to have you on. It's all about how people with influence grew their following. And he answered right away. But I was a little bit confused. All he said was, I have 15 minutes with a smiley face. And then another message was just email. So I was like, does he have 15 minutes now and he wants to record this episode right now? Because like I could have. There should have been a bit of a scramble, but I could have done it. And so I said, I messaged him right now, or are you just looking for more details? And then he didn't answer, so I was like, hey, I'll email you right now. And I sent him the email, and then I followed up again on DM and said, hey, sent you the email. This is my email. And he hasn't answered yet, but I think John Lee Dumas might be coming on the podcast, JLD. That'd be really cool. Like I said, he's a huge podcaster, an OG podcaster, so it'd be really cool to kind of get his perspective. It's going to be rushed, 15 minutes. That'll be the shortest podcast episode ever. But I'm looking forward to it. I mean, just because it's going to be a short episode, it's not like I would say no to having the opportunity to talk to a huge creator in the podcast space. So hopefully he gets back to me. We kind of get set up. Hopefully it'll happen the next couple of days here. But yeah, I was just really, really cool. And I'm excited. And hopefully JLD comes on the podcast.
We're vlogging it.
That's embarrassing.
Did I save this yet? Okay, I saved. I might have saved everything twice. Are you punching through this?
Yeah, hopefully I get it.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Go.
But like,
Oh,
okay,
no, don't go.
okay,
Okay,
I'm
what?
ready, I'm ready. I know what I'm going to do. Stand back a bit, though.
Do you want me to hold it right here? You can
No.
clock the phone too.
No, I can't for my phone.
Okay. You ready? Yeah. Yeah,
How about like number one?
looks like a shitty haunted house.
Okay, I'll give it number one.
The Oshawa Generals won their series tonight, so it's confirmed the 67s will be playing the Generals in round 3 of the OHL playoffs, so I'll probably be in Oshawa by the end of the week. Probably won't make it into this vlog though, but we'll be in Oshawa Sunday, so that'll be next week's vlog. But yeah, should be a really fun series. Couple division rivals. They played each other 8 times this year, I think, if I'm correct. So yeah, should be a good series. Also, it's a brand new episode of the podcast today with Geraldine from Geraldine's Closet. So I sent her a couple links today. I sent her one to the podcast, to my Linktree, the landing page where you can click on whatever podcast platform you want to listen to it on. Then I sent her one with a link to the Google Drive, just to all the content in case she wants to share it. She screenshotted the Google Drive folder, posted that on her Instagram story, said my podcast interview is up, and then linked to the Google Drive and not the podcast. So I went into the Google Drive folder, took everything out of it, made a new document titled Link to Podcast that people have to click on, and then it's just a link to my Linktree. Not ideal. I mean, I appreciate her sharing it. Yeah, I've never had that happen before. But like I said, I appreciate her sharing it. She must have just got confused with the links. But yeah, just a funny story there. You're going to want to make sure you get here early for game one because the first 4,000 fans in the building will get their very own 67's rally rag. Fire this fucker up.
Does this work? Oh, do I have to click the button? How do I? How do I talk? Up. Does that work? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Talk a little bit more.
Talk a little bit more. Testing. 1, 2, 3. What's going on, 67's fans?
Keep going.
Keep going? Do you want me to just start talking or like you still test like...
Go ahead.
Okay. Do I put these in the box or just hold them up?
Just hold them up.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
Do you want to save on playoff tickets? All you need to do is make a deposit. Oh, I'm going to say a $50 deposit. Okay. Do you want to save on playoff tickets? All you need to do is make a $50 deposit on either FlexPack or season seats for the 2019-2020 season, and you can save on playoff tickets this season.
That was good. It cut off though for some reason. We'll try it again.
Try it again. What cut off? This?
Yeah. The system, yeah.
Am I just talking for too long? It's on auto mute. Oh, wait. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so now it's on no mute.
Okay.
Okay.
That was really good though.
Ready? Do you want to save on playoff tickets? All you need to do is make a $50 deposit on flex packs or season seats for next year, and you can save on playoffs this year.
You're right
The
there.
last word cut off. Turn it off and then
What?
okay. Turn it on for a second.
It's
Just
on.
before you start talking, turn it off.
Turn it off and then turn it back on again?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Ready?
Yep.
Do you want to save on playoff tickets? All you need to do is make a deposit on flex packs or season seats for next year, and you can save on playoffs this year.
Try this guy. Try a different window.
Want to save on playoff tickets? All you need to do is make a deposit on flex packs or season seats for next year, and you can save on playoffs.
That was good. Let's do it one more time.
You want to save on playoff tickets? All you need to do is make a deposit on flex packs or season seats for next year, and you can save on playoffs this year.
What's going on, 67's fans? The boys are off to the Eastern Conference Championship Series, and this is your Round 3 preview. We have a special guest coming to Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Championship Series. Retired OPP Constable Lyndon Slewage will be inside the arena at TD Place here singing you the national anthem. You're going to want to make sure you get here early for Game 1 because the first 4,000 fans in the building will get their very own 67's rally rag.
You want to save on playoff tickets? All you need to do is make a deposit on flex packs
Or buy season seats.
for next year, and you can save on playoffs this year.
67's deadline acquisition, Lucas Chiodo, is someone you should keep an eye on during the third round of the playoffs. During round 2 against Sudbury, Chiodo had 9 points in 4 games and tallied the first marker in 3 out of 4 contests. Arizona Coyotes prospect Noel Hoffenmeyer is having a solid postseason. The Blue Liner has 5 goals so far in the playoffs, and he tallied 6 points in 4 games against the Sudbury Wolves in round 2. Brandon Sagen brings a ton of postseason experience to the Oshawa Generals. Last year, he was a part of the OHL champions Hamilton Bulldogs, where he put up 25 points in 21 games, and so far in this postseason, he's put up 13 points in 11 games for the Generals. Ottawa products Sarah Noel will be tough to miss during the playoffs. The 6'5", 210-pound right winger has put up 10 points with 3 goals and 7 assists in 10 games played so far this postseason. Make sure you plan ahead. Parking for games 1 and 2 is already sold out, so make sure you take advantage of free OC Transpo or our free shuttle at Carleton. Just use lot P18. Just messing around with different remote podcast recording softwares. I just downloaded Zoom and it's great. The only issue with Zoom is the fact that it only records up to 40 minutes and then it stops. And I don't have many podcasts that are shorter than 40 minutes. And then Zencaster is great, but there's no video. So I'm trying to figure out how I should do it. I'm just trying to plan this for the John Lee Dumas, the JLD podcast episode. I still have to book it, but you have to put what software you're going to use. So I want to make sure I can pick which software I want to use before I apply. So I want to make sure I test them all, because I had issues with Skype, and Zoom has built-in recording, which is great, because Skype I use like a third-party thing. So yeah, just kind of testing it out here and trying to figure out what would be best just going forward. Because I've heard the guy that used to do Gary Vee's podcast said Zencaster is awesome, but the lack of video kind of sucks. But it might be worth it, because what Zencaster does is it records both sides of the interview. So it records from your guest's laptop and it records from yours. So in case there's Wi-Fi issues, it's not going to be that bad and eliminate some static and stuff. So that's really cool. So maybe if the guest is comfortable, they can record like the podcast on their phone or something, like just kind of prop it up on the table and record it. So I can use that for video and just kind of send them a link to upload the video to. Because that'd be awesome. That would help me kind of negate the Zencaster issue. But other than that, looks like I'll be using Zencaster, but Zoom is what I'll be using for the John Lee Dumas podcast episode. This is just kind of what John Lee Dumas's booking thing works. He only does 15-minute interviews, as you can see right here, but he has one day a month. It looks like I can do May 20th or June 10th, and then I pick the time. So it looks like he just cranks out all his podcast interviews and stuff on the same day, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so I'm going to go June 10th just to be safe with the work and stuff. I won't be able to do it. I would probably be able to do it on May 20th, but I don't want to chance it. So I'm just going to go June 10th to make sure Monday season will be over by that point. So we're going to go Monday, June 10th, 12 p.m. till 12:15. They're very, very precise with their timings. Just jumping in now to edit the Tim Hyde interview. I did this probably maybe even a month ago now. Really good guy, really fun one. He's based out of Manchester. I'm interested to see what the quality is. We had some issues with Skype that day, so I'm a little bit worried it's not going to be the greatest sounding audio, but it was a really good episode. He provided a lot of value. He's a really, really smart guy. Hopefully I can get through the entire audio edit today, and which would be a big help, because I confirmed going to Oshawa Sunday. So the game 3 is on Easter Sunday. So we're getting in the car in the morning, driving all the way down to Oshawa on Sunday. So if I can get this entire episode edited and all the content done before that, that'd be awesome. So I actually just listened to the audio, and when he's talking, it actually sounds really good. I usually have an issue with Skype where there's a lot of background static, and there's obviously a little bit here on this one, but he sounds pretty good when it's just him talking. Where the issue is the connection was bad, so he just kind of drops off randomly. He'll be talking in mid-sentence, he'll just disappear. And when there's no talking, there's a lot of static. But other than that, it's actually turned out really well. So it's going to be a bit of a battle in creative editing around where it kind of drops and he stops talking. But other than that, I'm actually pretty happy with how it turned out. So I used to go to bed at 11 and get up at 6. Then I found I was too tired, so I started going to bed at 11, setting my alarm at 7, get up at 7 instead. But here I am at midnight, getting up at 7, so it literally doesn't make a difference. But I usually don't stay up this late, but I was just texting a lot of different people. A lot of good conversations I didn't want to end tonight, so I just kind of stayed up. But just totally negating the purpose of waking up later. But anyways, gonna head to bed now. I was gonna say big day tomorrow, but nothing too crazy tomorrow actually. Busy day tomorrow. Got a lot of prep work and stuff that has to get done before game 4 on Thursday. But anyways, good night, folks. I'll see you in the morning, or in your case, I'll see you in 3 seconds.
It rhymes with Sarah.
Idiot.
Oh, damn.
Yes.
I think I've talked to you.
You have, but I corrected.
Haven't done a very good job documenting things over the last couple of days. Just been really busy, especially at work and stuff, but I had a really productive night tonight. I finished editing this entire podcast, which was kind of tough because it was a Skype one and there was a lot of cutting and different things that I had to do with it. But no, it's done. I'm going to record the intro stuff tomorrow morning. Other than that, I did some reading. I've been trying to read a little bit more because I've really fallen off reading. I cleaned the entire bedroom today, something I wanted to get done. yeah, and we went over for dinner and everything, and gonna try and find some new recipes to make, some meal planning stuff tonight before I kind of crash out to bed here. But pretty happy with all the stuff I got done. I didn't think I was gonna be able to get the entire podcast finished today. The fact I got that all the editing done is awesome. Like I said, I gotta record the intro and stuff and upload it tomorrow, but pretty stoked with all the stuff I got done tonight. I just watched a Peter McKinnon video for the first time in quite a while. I used to watch Peter a lot last year when I was on a big photography, videography kick. But this video I watched was all about a B-roll without slow motion. Because when you think of B-roll, I think of smooth, buttery smooth, 120 frames per second video, really cinematic. But he showed a way to do it where you don't actually need to do that, and it was using quick cuts. I think it was Edgar Wright is the director he was kind of using as his example, and it was really cool. It's just a way that it's literally very quickly item cut or subject cut, item cut, just to demonstrate what's going on. The example he gave was you're flying to Mexico, maybe it's a quick cut of you opening your car door, and then a cut of you getting onto the plane, or going to the airport, getting onto the plane, and then a cut of you, a cut out of the window, cut of you walking off the plane, cut outside the airport, and that's it. It's just a really quick way that you can show it in 5 seconds, whatever you're doing, which is interesting because I want to try and figure out ways to kind of tell a better story with the vlogs, because I feel they're okay, they're not bad, but it's just it's really just jumps around from point to point. There's no B-roll or anything in between days or activities. So it's something I might try to do. I'm gonna try and do it right now. Actually, I'll just do it very quickly, see how it turns out. Again, I'm shooting on my phone, so I'm limited, but I'm gonna try and do it when I fire up my computer and plug my mic in or something. See how that goes. But it was just interesting. And also, side note, Peter's new intro is fire. But yeah, I'm gonna give this a shot here with the phone and see how it turns out. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my... Oh, no. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode number 33 of My Social Life. This is the podcast where you can hear the real... That's not it either. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode number 33 of My Social Life. And before we jump into today's conversation with Tim Hyde, there's a couple things we need to go over first. Just about to export episode 33 of the podcast, and I just wanted to look at all the cuts that I made for this episode. So much fun with the Skype interviews. They're a little bit of a longer edit because there's usually a delay and when one of us starts talking, and there's usually some static and stuff that I gotta cut. So lots of extra work that goes into the Skype episodes, but episode 33 is done now. The audio's done. So this morning, a little bit of truth behind the video. I said after I watched that Peter McKinnon video, I was going to test it by doing all the podcast stuff, which I did, which you saw. Hopefully it worked out, but I actually have been doing a lot of work stuff as well. I've been just bouncing back and forth between laptops doing work stuff, emails and different things, and writing articles and posting and scheduling stuff for the game tonight, and then coming back and doing a little bit of work on my laptop here. So what I'd done this morning is I've already scheduled all the YouTube clips, which is huge. It usually takes me a little while to get around to that, but I got that done, and I've got the intro recorded, and I'm going to schedule the podcast now for May 13th, I believe. So busy morning, kind of going back and forth, but very productive. Got a lot done. Probably going to get some lunch here soon and then head into the office after I schedule this episode.
Sweet Vicky, you're sticking sweet.
Lousy.
I'm not as much strong. Here, wait, Mark.
You gotta get it to the end, guys.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's the one.
Oh, he splits the D.
He knows how to curl.
I know. You got a face for radio.
Go! Through the crease, over the pass, down by no trainer!
Let's go, Wayne!
Presented by Gabriel Pizza, here is our starting lineup. Voici la démonstration de présentation de Gabriel Pizza. At forward, attaquant, number 23, numéro 23, Marco!
And here comes Cody Clark, one-on-one over the OHL line. He shoots, it's blocked. He follows it up, backhand shot, save, rebound, and they score! It's Marco Rossi with the goal. Front of the net, and they score. Once again, it's Marco Rossi. Hit a crossbar and that power play tie. Felleber in the second. Still a lot of time though. 7.5 into the third. Here's Chiodo. Pass Holscher in front. Shoots and scores. What a move from Mitch Holscher. As Hoffenmeyer moves it out to center. Rossi sets the table. Shimolevsky gains the line, drops it for Rossi on the right side, back to the point. Hoffenmeyer into the slot. He shoots and he scores! No! Hoffenmeyer with a wrister from the slot. Power play goal. 67's back in the lead.
With 2 goals today for Ottawa. For Ottawa, number 23, Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Hope to see you back here this Saturday.
I'm gonna step on it. That's not gonna be fun. Okay. Too much. Okay, that's a weird thing to throw.
Try to like lob it.
It's too far. It's
Lob
the
it.
wind in there. Does it fit on your head? Fine. Like it's quite small.
No, it's like if it would just like.
Just throw it straight up, Derek, and make her run for it.
Try just throw it straight up in the air and I'll run under it. Oh! I
That's on
overshot
you.
that.
You blew it.
I blew it. Okay.
Robert, this is high quality
Straight up,
vlog
straight up.
content you're missing out on right now.
Okay, ready?
Yes! Let's count it.
Perfect.
Nailed it.
Bianca, if you can.
Another big 67s win tonight. The boys won 6-4. They're actually down 4-2 heading into the third period, but they battled back. It was a crazy ending to the game. Like, the crowd was electric. It was awesome. Again, I didn't get a lot of in-game content because when the game's going on, I'm working and I don't really have the opportunity to record. I'm going to try and get some stuff game 2, but we'll see what happens. But no, it was awesome. It's actually after midnight now. Just kind of wrapped up recap and scheduling a bunch of content for tomorrow. And then for game 2, which is Saturday afternoon. So yeah, late night here in the office. But no, it was a very, very entertaining game. Awesome comeback. Yeah, can't wait for game 2 now. But like I said, it's after midnight. I'm very tired. I'm going to get home, go to bed, and wash this stuff off my face. Pretty chill morning. It's probably my first day off in like 2.5, maybe 3 weeks. So I just kind of had a chill morning, played more chill than I probably should have. But now I'm just jumping in here, editing the podcast clips for the Tim Hyde episode. And then we're going to head to my grandparents this evening for Easter dinner, because today's Good Friday. Because on Sunday I'll be heading to Oshawa, so we'll have a dinner then. So my grand's going to pick me up probably the next 3 hours here. So I'm going to try and get this done. I gotta find my T4 because I'm gonna do my taxes on my grandparents tonight, and then
yeah, that's kind of the overall plan for the day. Hopefully I'll get these done pretty quickly here. And then maybe, I just realized if I'm gone Sunday, I'm not going to be able to edit this specific vlog. So maybe I'll have to kind of try and do that tomorrow. But we'll see. Anyways, I'm going to get back to editing these clips. And yeah. Hello. I didn't actually.
Tie. What are the eggs or what?
Well, just keep looking, you'll find.
Tyler and Adams are different.
Watch over my water.
Like, are we stupid? Are they in bags?
No, that's like dirt or something.
Is this something?
No.
What are we looking for?
Oh, bunnies.
Oh, bunnies.
Bunnies.
Caroline, you're blind.
Oh!
Okay, but that, Adam, there's a special one for you though.
A special one for you, Todd, too.
So we're all in your bags then.
Oh, wow. Good job.
Alright, we gotta step it up here, eh? Alright. There we go.
Not very nice. Do I take it off or no?
No, because you don't
Oh,
have a piece
sorry.
on the board.
Oh.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. It's the last day of the vlog, just for this week. We'll obviously be back next week with a brand new vlog. Kicking it off with a road trip to Oshawa, because the game 3 is tomorrow, but game 2 is today. So I've got to leave for work in about an hour, so I'm going to leave. So in that time, I'm going to try and record the Tim Hyde Takeaways episode, maybe the intro for the Jonathan Bell episode, and another little small bonus podcast I'm going to be putting out as well. And then, other than that, not a whole lot. I think with the weekends, one thing I got to get better at is getting up and getting after it. I just like wake up and I just chill for far too long, and I think I just waste so much time. So I really got to get up and start getting working. This morning I did try to clear some space on my computer actually, because it is alarmingly full, but I don't know what else I could possibly do to clear it. It's full, like there's like 10 gigs of space left, like the 270 on the computer itself. Like I have a hard drive where I put everything. I don't know how this is full. I'm deleting programs. I've deleted every cache I can find. I've deleted everything I've downloaded in the downloads folder. I've deleted everything in the trash. Like I said, I've been uninstalling apps. I uninstalled Lightroom. I'm uninstalling everything, and it won't budge. Like it's full, and I can't figure out how to clear it. Like I said, I put everything I possibly do on my external, so I don't know how it keeps filling up. And I know like cache and stuff, but I keep clearing it, and it just will not change. So I really got trying to figure that out this morning. And also, speaking of concerning, yesterday I was a little worried about this vlog actually, because my phone died. Not like hit 0% and died, like just randomly froze and then went black and would not come back on. I literally just went to answer text, and like with my phone, like when you hit the middle button, there's like a little bit of a vibrate, so even sometimes it freezes and you can still like hit it so it'll vibrate a little bit. And no, it was like dead. I couldn't get to turn back on. Charged it overnight, and just like not charged, but plugged it in overnight and held it for like probably 30 to 45 seconds, and it came back on. So we're good. I thought I was gonna have to make an emergency run to the phone store to tell us this morning. We're good, but just a bit of a scare. I almost lost this entire vlog.
Go red, eh? Go red. Go red.
Yeah! Good, yeah, good! Mud belt!
Right off the bat, let's fire this up. Let's go, eh? Let's go, Red! Let's go, boys. There's a get going, eh? Woo! Let's go. Let's go, Red.
Back forward, attack number 17, numéro 17, Victor!
By Kaiser. As the puck comes to Shomolevsky, left wing boards. Sharp angle shot, and he scores! It's Sasha Shomolevsky!
4-6-1 against Ottawa with an .885 save percentage.
Chmelevski wins the face-off. Back to the right point. Graham Clark now in front of the net. Chmelevski centers it, and they score! It's Graham Clark! Rips it upstairs! Comes to the right wing boards. Banked back to the point. Hoffenmeyer, quick pass across. Felleber shoots and scores! It's a bullet wrister! Bar down!
She says that she's never afraid. Lift that up,
Power play for Sobeys. Felleber now to Chmelevski. Moves it right side, and they score! It's Marco Rossi with a one-timer. Power play goal. Ball able to cut him off. Gains control of the puck, and here come the 67s to center. Holscher for Maximovich. In across the Oshawa line. Crossing the right side, centered, and they score! Oh, what a beauty. Tic-tac-toe, and Holscher buries it. Of Kaiser, and the rebound just sent right through the slot area, but missed Austin Keating as Keating gets it in front, and they score! It's Sasha Chmelevski, his 4th point of this hockey game.
Today, the first star that cut in the club for Ottawa, number 8, in the building, Sasha
Another big 67s win today, guys. 7-3. I realized that I have all the highlights saved on my phone from downloading them and posting them at work, so I'm going to try and put them in this vlog, which you would have already seen if I actually worked it out. So if it didn't work out, then you wouldn't have seen it, but if it did work out, you would have seen the highlights of the goals. But yeah, big 7-3 game. Great time. Big shout out to Robert Greeley for getting some good photos both today and yesterday of me just at work, kind of doing my thing. So awesome photos. I'll definitely be making it onto the gram. But yeah, solid week. I was just watching some old clips from this vlog, and I can't believe that the beginning of this vlog was development camp, which is actually crazy. But leaving for Oshawa tomorrow morning, so if you want to see that, you have to like, share, subscribe to this channel, because it'll be in next week's vlog and not this one, because that's the way the vlog works. They run from Sunday to Saturday, and today's Saturday night, so gonna be a fun one next week. So definitely, like I said, like this video, share it to your friends. You got friends that want to see what it's like working in junior hockey, and subscribe. Stay tuned for next week's episode. We'll talk soon.